And how do you feel that domestic international affairs would affect relationships with India now? Do you feel this will make a difference?
Well, Boris was a friend to India, uh, as much as any politician can be. I think we must always remember that there is a pragmatic dimension to these international relationships. And invariably, what happens is the leaders of a nation will try and put the interests of that nation first. And then there is scope for a deeper relationship if the two leaders get on. And Prime Minister Modi ji and Prime Minister Johnson had a good relationship. I think it was frank, it was realistic, it acknowledged that the relationship hitherto sort of enjoyed by the two countries had some serious issues which historically caused a lot of problems for Indians and for Hindus and will need to be faced and addressed. So it was a genuine, realistic and sober relationship. If Rishi were to come in, then there's an opportunity for all aspects of that relationship to deepen. And with Rishi Sunak on board, as a person of Indian heritage and Indian origin, there is even the potential to genuinely start to consider how we reconcile Britain's history as we know it with the need for reparations, restitution, and reconciliation. That conversation needs to occur. There were vast sums that were taken out of India, out of Bharat, many of them squirreled away in tax havens, many of them hidden away in palaces and museums, and there's no reason at all why, at the very least, people of Indian origin shouldn't be given free, unfettered access to all of them. I have a particular interest in many of the scriptures that were taken, many of our manuscripts that were taken, some of the ancient palm leaf collections. There is somewhere hidden in a museum the Bhagavad Gita, which Bhagat Singh used to have at his side, and that was seized and has been hidden somewhere in the United Kingdom for a long time. All of these things need to be addressed. They can't really be brushed aside in the hope that they'll be forgotten. They need to be addressed, and somebody like Rishi could act as a very good catalyst for, shall we say, starting the healing process. Once that healing process has actually been concluded to the satisfaction of both parties, just imagine an Indo-British relationship where the spectre and the harm, the grim reaper that has sort of always been present whenever a conversation about India and the United Kingdom is undertaken. Imagine that ghost being put to rest. That would be such a relief and a great way for the peoples of the two countries to move forward. So there is lots of potential with Rishi's appointment and Rishi's election. Let's see how it opens out. I think we're going to learn a lot more about Rishi Sunak. What we have seen so far is the Rishi Sunak who's a hedge fund manager, Rishi Sunak who's a consummate manager of finance and of econometrics and economic decisions and variables and factors. But that's not enough to be a leader of a nation. There needs to be a character. There needs to be a courageous shall we say, creative side as well. And I'm hoping that we will see more of that over the coming weeks. It's critical that we do.
Yes, no, absolutely. You've touched on a couple of really important points there, especially with the museums and the artifacts that are owed. Because, like, when I went to the British Museum, they had beautiful murtis there that should be in temples, in puja rooms, and it's heartbreaking when you see them just gathering dust behind a glass to be gawped at.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. धन्यवाद, नमस्कार.